when I look to what the president is doing to me, especially now when I'm in hospital, crippling me, treating me like an animal, I think he wanted to take me the Matiba route. But God is gracious. It didn't happen that way. I hear many of his people are calling here asking whether I'm dead, whether I'll survive, whether I'll recover. They were celebrating. It's the most unfortunate thing that has ever happened in this country.
Yes, it is now very clear that the deputy president was supposed to die for the past 1 year. There seem to be cracks in the Kenya Kwanza government. That's the truth. And it pointed to the elimination of DP Rigathi Gachagua by all means. This has been brought up to the attention of public by very many people, including Oscar Sudi, uttering those things. And remember, Oscar Sudi is appointment of William Ruto. When Oscar Sudi comes out to say that they are going to get rid of Rigathi Gachagua by any means necessary, he means it. Today, the deputy Rigathi Gachagua left hospital. And he said that on very many occasions, he has been poisoned. There has been a scheme of killing him. I did a video saying on why there is a plan to eliminate Rigathi Gachagua. I think I did it in the last few days. And if you miss it, I'm going to leave a link here in the description to show you that I knew about the scheme. Today, Rigathi Gachagua, as he was leaving hospital, he came out to reveal that there was a scheme to kill him in the past events, to an extent that a scheme using the intelligence of eliminating him was done. Okay? And when the scheme failed, that's why they brought this impeachment motion. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the utterances of Rigathi Gachagua, put them on the weighing scale to see if they are true, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So we all know that there were cracks in the Kenya Kwanza government. I think Rigathi Gachagua stresses so much. In fact, by having a brief history in the elective politics, he was one-time member of parliament, he had no chance to learn the administrative politics. Okay? The presidency and power across the nation, sometimes keeping it, leads to killing some people. In some countries, when a person is elected as president, they take him through certain things to an extent of killing people when he's seeing, so that he can know that retaining power entails killing. Worldwide, even in big democracies, some lives are taken to keep the government. And I think Deputy Rigathi Gachagua trusted William Ruto as a brother, not knowing that power is jealousy. And in power terrains, getting rid of someone to an extent of killing is a norm. You go read history across the country. Okay? Go read history across the country. Blaise Compaoré killed his friend Thomas Sankara because of power. Okay? The people who took away Mugabe were his friends. So I think Rigathi Gachagua never understood the dynamics of power. But nevertheless, even after this, Kenya is the biggest democracy in East Africa. We must interrogate why William Ruto is turning to be a dictator. Even after the conservative orders, which were issued by the court, it maintained that Rigathi Gachagua is the deputy president. That means he may retain all the privileges he is supposed to get. Now he doesn't have them. When Gachagua was leaving hospital, he told Kenyans that there has been a scheme of killing him for the past 1 year. And now he has said this. And I also did a video on that, telling you on the scheme of wanting to eliminate Rigathi Gachagua. Before I speak on this more, let me first play with the tape as Rigathi Gachagua was saying this. I want you to listen very carefully because it's going to form a basis of this video. Here's the tape.
Finally, I want to tell the people of Kenya that I don't feel safe. And for the first time, let me say that on 30th of August in Kisumu, undercover security agents entered my room in Kisumu and bagged it. And one of them tried to poison my food. But we detected it and we were able to escape the scheme. I was supposed to be killed through poisoning. On 3rd of September, in Nyeri, another team from the National Intelligence Service came to Nyeri and tried to poison food that was meant for me and Kikuyu Council of Elders. I did report this matter to the National Intelligence Service, and the officers who were assigned to my office, I asked them to leave because I felt I was not safe. After the 2 attempts to assassinate me through food poisoning failed, it is when this impeachment motion was hatched. When my security was withdrawn here, officers from the National Intelligence Service have been hovering in every room, in every compound here, to an extent that I had to call my wife and my children to come and stay in my room, just in case they get entry to my room or compromise the people who are treating me. So
that is regarding Gachagua. He first came out to say that there was attempted food poisoning. Okay? And in politics, everything is possible. Politics is vicious. Politics sometimes entails in taking lives of very many people. Okay? So, it may not, some people look at it as if it's comedy. But those are the terrain. And the reason as to why I'm feeling bad is that the same things regarding Gachagua is passing through are the same things that RUTO passed through. It couldn't be William Ruto doing the same things he fought against. Remember, during Uhuru Kenyatta, he lost every court process in Kenya. He used to disobey court orders. Now, William Ruto is disobeying the conservative orders because he doesn't want Gachagua. Some people may take it lightly, but that is politics. Okay? The only thing is Rigathi Gachagua never knew about this because he was a one-time member of parliament and it took long to learn. And remember, Ruto is vicious. Okay? Anyone who wants democracy in Kenya must not support what Rigathi Gachagua is going through. However much the mistakes he did, but this is tackling the constitution. Let's continue.
Gachagua and his family feel very exposed because these people have tried to kill us before. They have now tried to get us out of office. So I asked President William Ruto, my brother, I helped you to be president. Leave me alone. Leave my children alone. Do whatever you want, but let me live. Let me look after my children. You can do whatever you want with the country, but allow me to live. Because I was there for you when you needed somebody to be there for you. When you were in trouble and you needed a man who could stand with you, I stood with you, with my family. You have paid us in kind by being so cruel and vicious against us. We are simple people. We are a very small family. Let us be. Do whatever you want, but please, Mr. President, I beg you, don't kill us. Don't kill my children. You have caused me enough pain for the last 1 year. Please, leave me alone. Let me be. God will take care of me. I don't have to have security. I don't have to have drivers. I don't have to have cars. Please allow me to have my peace, if nothing else. And remember, I was there for you when you needed a man to be there for you. Let the courts of law uphold and protect our Constitution. I ask the Chief Justice, Martha Koome, to live true to the fidelity of our Constitution, to make sure that this is a country of the rule of law, to allow the...
So, that is Rigathi Gachagua. He was even hesitant. He continued to remind William Ruto that he was there when there was trouble. And no sane person could support this. No sane person can come out to support what Rigathi Gachagua is passing through, even if you don't like him. And for me, I see two things. One of the reasons as to why William Ruto garnered a lot of support across Kenya, not because he was the most wise, but because all Kenyans saw as if he was persecuted. And what pains me more, that the people who are on the forefront of persecuting William Ruto, and that is the ODM and Uhuru Kenyatta, okay, they persecuted him. Remember the conference of BBI, where Junet Muhammad lined up ODM members to abuse him. Okay, he's so forgetful to an extent that the same people who persecuted him are the one being deployed to persecute his deputy. How vicious is politics? Okay, I know Gachagua is not perfect like any other politician. Some people are calling him tribal, but tell me one politician who is not tribal. If we start extracting statements of tribal statements, every person is legible. Okay, but the issue of disobeying court orders, the issue of fighting the constitution must be dealt with every Kenyan. Okay? Because the constitution may seem far when it's being broken, but the time when you would want the same constitution to rescue you, you will try to put out your hand to touch it, but it will be very far. What every sane Kenyan must do is to stand by the constitution. And right now, since there are conservative orders, Rigathi Gachagua must not suffer this humiliation. Taking away cars and everything, yet the conservative orders is there. And I think it is a scheme of even reducing his budget. So the battle lines are drawn. Be very sure that if the courts of law come out to rescue Rigathi Gachagua of this impeachment, we are going to see him run in 2027. In fact, even Rigathi Gachagua, when he was speaking, he went out to say that even when he was in the hospital, okay, people called in to ask whether he is dead. Okay, and that was so unfortunate. People calling in the hospital to see if Rigathi Gachagua is dead. A person who deputizes you, it is not good. If you think I'm lying, let me also play with a tape as Rigathi Gachagua was saying this. I want you to listen very carefully.
For the last 1 year, it's been very difficult for me. But I'm a very persevering man, very enduring. And what happened on Thursday is a culmination of continuous persecution and stress for a year. And when I look at it, probably it is history repeating itself. But President William Ruto wanted to take me the route President Daniel Moi took Kenneth Matiba. He pushed Matiba up to getting a stroke and eventually dying. When I look to what the president is doing to me, especially now when I'm in hospital, crippling me, treating me like an animal, I think he wanted to take me the Matiba route. But God is gracious. It didn't happen that way. I hear many of his people are calling here asking whether I'm dead, whether I'll survive, whether I'll recover. They were celebrating. It's the most unfortunate thing that has ever happened in this country. That you can be so vicious to a man who helped you to be president. And the crime of this man, telling you the truth, don't evict people without compensation, Mr. President. Mr. President, don't overtax people. You are killing them, you are killing their businesses. Don't force a housing program on people. If people do not want these houses, don't force them.
So
my only problem with
Rigathi Gachagua, he was categorical. He said that even people call in the hospital to see if indeed he's dead. And if it is true, I know also politicians, when they want to convey a message, they can add in more things to steer the emotions of the people. But they are right. On face value, what has happened to Rigathi Gachagua, even if he comes out to make such statements, they can be bought by the public because the government of William Ruto has not lived to the expectation. basing on the history on how they got into this government. They have not lived to the expectation. Regarding Gachagua, although I think every politician has to pass in a fire furnace to be who he is, there is no president who has ever gotten to that position without suffering the same things, the endurance. Okay? You have to fight on. Politics is not a safe journey, especially when you want the highest office. So Rigathi Gachagua is being shaped. In fact, he must thank God that he's being shaped to the high office. And trust me, in 2027, if Rigathi Gachagua is on the ballot after defeating this impeachment motion, he's going to be the president of this country. And as a person who wanted William Ruto to survive, basing on the history, is making the blunders which are going to deprive him of this office. Although it is unfortunate that he's doing the same things he fought against Uhuru Kenyatta. What a shame. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.